Welcome to the Friday Night Lineup, a show about two friends reminiscing on TV shows and movies from our childhood and teenage years that would typically air on a Friday night. We are back at it again with the reboots. Today we are discussing the iCarly reboot on Paramount+. We talked about the absence of fan favorite characters as well as some new ones. We talked about how iCarly is breaking the mold for millennial reboots as well as why this reboot should be considered a show for adults. Also a few tech notes. We finally got our own mics to work again, but we went handheld, so if you hear a couple crinkles and mic pops and all that other stuff, that's why. Sorry about that. Other than that, we have a great episode for you, and we hope you enjoy it. And with that, roll the intro. Well, we're back outside again. We don't know if this is a good decision or
I don't know. I mean, everything was really silent.
Yes.
Very, very silent up until
the literal second I pressed record. People are drifting. There are chores being done.
Fireworks
in broad daylight. You see how overexposed it is. It is, if you're watching the YouTube version of this, you see how overexposed it is. So clearly you can't see not near firecracker right now. But it's okay. We're going to get into it. Hi, everyone. I'm Sharissa.
I'm Jessica.
And today we're coming back at you with reboots again. We watched the iCarly reboot. I just realized I didn't watch any older episodes. Did you?
No, ma'am.
Well, we're just going to go off of memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, we watched the new version of iCarly. It is on Paramount Plus again. They're just coming out with the hitters. Netflix needs to watch out.
Netflix would have had them though, because they had a lot of Nick, and I could have sworn I heard a rumor, like I think before the Panini started, that they were gonna have like a lot more content.
Yeah,
but Paramount said.
And then I saw a random tweet. I don't know if I screenshot it or not, but basically someone said like, how dare they put the iCarly reboot on a paywall? They should have put it on Netflix. I'm like, it's not considered a paywall if just because you have Netflix. It's still a paywall if it's on a not prescription.
Subscription.
It's not antibiotics. On a paid subscription site, it's on a paywall. You have to pay a monthly fee in order to watch it. So, yeah, I just found that hilarious. Like, how dare they put it on a paywall? It should have been on Netflix.
Bruv, you got to pay for that.
Just because I get it that subscription services is really starting to become
a thing.
Cable.
Yeah.
Because their whole, like, whoa, water bottle down. Their whole shtick was that they were not like cable, and you could see a whole bunch of stuff you couldn't see on cable. But now they're starting to become like package deals, because if you aren't aware about cable back in the day, you had to buy like the Disney package, you had to buy like Showtime, HBO, and all this other stuff. And so now it's like, if you want to watch iCarly, you need Paramount Plus. If you want to watch High School Musical, the series, you need Disney Plus. And so like, but it's not going to be long before they start bundling things. Like, I think they even have like a Disney Plus, ESPN, Hulu bundle right now.
Yes.
So it's only a matter of time before it goes back to its roots of bundling things.
But I feel like at the end of the day, all of these subscriptions are like the same thing as cable, if you think about it.
It really is.
Because if you start getting all these subscriptions, it's basically the same amount.
Yeah.
As you would pay for cable.
Yeah. The only plus is that you have this extensive library, because you can't like rewatch Emperor's New Groove on like Disney Channel. You got to wait for them to put it out, so you have more.
But then you have like on demand too, so it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So it's like the same, and it's not. And then you can watch all of your subscriptions on your cable. Well, with Xfinity you can. Yeah. But
also like with. Well, I don't know. I don't watch on-demand stuff that much anymore because of subscription services. But I know it will be like you have to wait a while. Like it'll probably be like seasons 1 and 2 of something.
Yeah, that's
and not
true.
like the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But anywho, iCarly. It came out on June 17th. So they're going to be coming out every third. Yo. Live in the freaking suburbs. Why is it's a main street now? Like no one comes down here.
Nobody comes down here. Like literally, bruv.
They literally waited.
They don't. Like this is the quietest. She lives like at the end, so there's no reason why there should be this many cars driving down this street like at all.
Oh my gosh. Anywho,
it came out
last Thursday, the point of we're recording this. It came out with 3 episodes, and then this past Thursday they uploaded the 4th. So by the time this comes out, they're gonna have 5 episodes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed it.
I did.
Just to get into it. So,
yeah.
Basically, if you aren't gonna watch it, I'll do a little rundown on what the episodes were about. So the first one's I Start Over, and clearly that's like us revisiting the gang. And Carly gets dumped by her boyfriend, and she wanted to start a couples channel with him. So little Aukies
and live.
Oh yeah, so like she does. Was the equivalent of Instagram Live. It's not like she did YouTube or does like TikTok or anything like that. But yeah, so now she's seeking a way to make content again because she wants to start up iCarly. And Sam isn't there, and we'll get into that in a few.
Oh.
And then the second one's I Hate Carly. A hater of hers from back in the day resurfaces. And also her stalker, the one Nora, the one that locked them in the closet. And it was like when they had to send out that ransom video, like every 4th. Word. And yeah, so she came back. So a lot of characters are going to be coming back, like not like main characters.
I know what's
like
his name's not coming back, right? Gibby.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know, but we'll get into him and Sam later.
Okay.
The third one's I Apologize, and it's Carly becomes a meme when Spencer showing off his art or something like that. And then so he's in the background of the meme, and so he became like I forgot the name they gave him, but yeah, it basically sacrificed his art because in this not in the series, in this reboot, he's like a very rich artist. And so
I was like, how did he afford that area anyways before?
Yeah, he was a struggling artist before, so I don't know, maybe the dad.
Probably.
And then also because of this, I don't know how far apart they are in age, so maybe the dad was paying for him to keep Carly
there.
Because he was probably like 18, 19, keeping Carly.
You think so?
I think he was like he was not 18, I would say.
He had to have been like 25. Maybe.
Just because of the way he was acting and the way that like he was portrayed of like
I would say
a young bachelor, he was in his early 20s.
For sure. Because I was like, he's not like 18.
Yeah, I was thinking more like college age.
Yeah,
like
that makes more sense.
Make it seem like I'm not going to college.
Yeah,
I'm going to be an artist.
Yeah,
that type rebellion era. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that the dad helped him, and then yeah, so in that episode, Spencer's seeking revenge from Carly and makes this like big art exhibits of social media culture and influencers and stuff like that. And the last one that came out this past Friday is I Got Your Back, and Carly is going to an award show, and her new best friend from college, Harper, wants to be a stylist, and so she asked her to style her for the event. Meanwhile, Spencer is trying to help Freddie get back into the dating game, and he accidentally put him on a date with an escort. So because this is an escort and Freddie doesn't know, Spencer has to keep paying for his dates.
Oh my god.
And so it was
I wish I would have seen that one.
Yeah, oh yeah, that one's funny. But
the first one it got me. I was like, wow. So can we get into something really quickly?
Yeah, let's get into it.
This is not made for kids at all.
Actually, yes. Let's open with that. I had that towards the end, but let's do it now.
Yeah.
There's a big debate going online. Like, I would say media people think that this show is for kids and not mature enough to be an adult show. And viewers think that it's finally, I know, like for me, especially if you're a millennial, because Carly and Freddie are 26. I just exited the 26 club, but I am around their age, and so people around our age are like, this is finally our reboot. And yeah, in my opinion, I think it is an adult
Literally
show.
said damn it like 5 times in the first one.
Yeah, she was like, did you see the meme of her?
Where she
Oh yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah.
She's like, gotta run up on it. Like,
yeah, and so I was like,
yeah,
this isn't
it's not for kids, but I think
maybe like teens.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll go into my whole synopsis and say your opinion.
Okay.
So what do you think it's for?
I think it's for like teens. Like teens and like maybe like 15, maybe 13, like the low end.
Yeah.
And like up, because the jokes are very even not adult, but they're just more mature. They're not like they're kiddish. They're more mature from before.
Yeah, like you won't catch this on Nickelodeon.
No.
So
not at all.
Yeah, my thing, I think it is like 15 plus, but basically I want to know comment on a lot of the articles I've seen, the such prestigious articles about reviewing this reboot. I think we just lost touch of what television is for what demographics. Like, especially with not to slander these shows, but like shows like Euphoria, where you put these teens in such adult and serious environments, you then challenge the way adult TV would look. Yeah. Like, literally, they're doing drugs, bumping lines, and freaking Euphoria. So it's like, what's an adult? And so you just think it's that times 10. And so I think that's what's ruining the like idea of what adult TV can be. Because like, I know some comments I've seen, they were talking about how they don't lean a lot into the whole sexual things. Like they reference hookups and stuff like that. But just because you're not seeing like a Showtime show of like people actually in like, the act of sex doesn't mean it's not an adult show.
Like, even in the first episode, she was like, I hope you don't think anything of me because of this. And it's like they're watching for kids.
Yes. Law and Order SVU.
She did the whole intro too.
These are their stories.
Yeah, I was like, bruh.
Yes, Carly.
And he was butt naked in like the first 2 seconds.
Yes, literally the show opens with Spencer
naked.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we just lost touch of what a sitcom is. Granted, I do know that they keep the pacing and the formula of iCarly.
They did.
As like in terms of the humor, the cadence of which they act is kind of reminiscent of that like Nickelodeon Disney
they
child
still even pause
acting.
for like the laughs too.
Yeah, the laugh track is still there.
Yeah.
So like I get that, but literally it's a show for like people like me. I like teen shows, even though like I don't relate to the teen content, but I like the sense of humor behind it because it's very lighthearted. Like I don't need to see a lot of the stuff that quote adult shows have, just when I'm like, okay, like this is too extreme.
Yeah, like
I like a Dynasty, but I don't need to be watching every show I need to watch. Like doesn't have to be Dynasty. And so yeah, I just think it's for people that enjoy the lightheartedness but can still relate to it. So,
agreed.
Those freaking reporters need to get it together, being snobs. Did you read the articles I linked?
Like, okay.
Come on now.
All right, Stacy and
Stacy, call him out.
Come on.
But yeah, let's get into comparing the two. We didn't watch an old episode, but I think we remember enough of the series as a whole to like.
I think it's, like you said, very similar still. It holds the same formula, like you said. The only thing I'm sadly missing is Sam.
Yeah.
I like really loved her character because I was like, because Carly was like she wasn't like soft or anything, but she was the more. She seemed softer compared to Sam.
It balanced out. You had your yin and yang. Yeah. But with this,
she's in
it's
a biker gang.
Yeah. With this, it's like you're missing that because everyone's kind of like even playing field, even though I do like the contrast that they do with Carly and Harper.
Yeah.
But it's not the same that we're used to.
It's kind of similar, though, because she's the more honest friend.
And outgoing.
Versus her, she's more like...
I mean, she's not whipping people with a butter sock, but she is like, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll get into the new characters in a sec. Since we are talking about Sam, I just want to talk about the reasoning why her and Noah Monk probably won't be a part of it. I'm like, it's like 99.9%
they're not doing
sure
it
they're going
at
to
all.
be. Yeah, they're not going to be a part of it.
No.
So Jennette McCurdy passed on the show because she doesn't want to basically relive her childhood trauma. She's not proud of the work that she did as a kid, like a child actor, and a lot of it was really traumatizing for her. And like everybody, bottom line, should just respect that. Like we understand that was part of our childhood and that we wanted to relive that part again. But
she went through a lot.
Yeah, she really did.
Like if you've seen any videos, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, and if you want to like support her, just support her on her podcast. Like I'll link it in the show notes and in the YouTube description below. And also, one thing I just saw as I was like trying to do some last minute notes before we recorded. So yesterday she also shared the same birthday as me. Yesterday was both of our birthdays. Oh. And some fans were upset that she didn't get a birthday shout out from the social media accounts of iCarly. And they're like, y'all, let it go.
She's not on the show.
She's not on the show. Like she's mentioned so far twice, more so in the first episode than the fourth one. Carly talked about how Harper was her BFF, some acronym, and it was like best friend since Sam. Yeah. And so they aren't talking about her a lot. They disclose, like you said, that she's in a biker gang. That's the reason why she's not here.
And they need to be careful.
Don't look for her. She's not coming. And so, the show respects that, and she doesn't want that. So that's why she didn't get a birthday shout out yesterday, people. But, so that's
maybe if it was like the old iCarly, maybe they would have said something. But since it's the reboot.
Yeah. Because Nickelodeon in the past has wished her happy birthday. Yeah. Because her... Ariana Grande, just June 26th is that day. I'm sorry if you're not born that day and you're missing out, but yeah, hey. Because Nickelodeon would, especially when Sam and Cat was on, they would wish both Ariana Grande and Jennette McCurdy a happy birthday. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I don't even know if Nickelodeon wished Ariana a happy birthday yesterday. I don't follow Nickelodeon.
I highly doubt it because she's like not even associated with it.
I think they did last year when Victorious was on Netflix. Oh, okay. So the show got traction again. So they're like, hey, remember? We had her first. So they're like, happy birthday. But so that's why you won't be seeing her. Mm-hmm. And Noah Monk, who played Gibby, similarly had trauma too with that, because the whole shtick of Gibby was that he was fat, and so he will always be without his shirt.
The funny, the butt of the joke.
Yeah, always the butt of the joke because of his weight.
Yeah,
and so a lot of that was like traumatized with on and off set. So like the thing with celebrities and like fans or just strangers in general, they think you are your character. And even Jerry Trainer talked about this a little bit in they did a Paramount Plus like reunion special before iCarly aired. I saw it on YouTube, so there goes your non-paywall. Watch some of the stuff on YouTube. Jerry Trainer was talking about how like kids back in the day would just like kick him in the shin and all this other stuff because like that was his thing on iCarly as Spencer was like always getting like the attacks. Holy moly. So like you have little kids just thinking like, that's Spencer, I'm gonna kick him in the shin because like that's what happens. And so
yeah, because I know I saw a little thing on with Gibby as well. Well, not Gibby, that's not him.
Noah Monk.
Mm-hmm. And how he was like he didn't want to get boxed in either. Yeah. To that fat kid on the show. Like on any show, any role. Yeah. He didn't want to get, he didn't want to stay in that category. So I was like, dang, okay, I get you. I feel it.
Yeah. Because, like, it's easy to get typecast, especially as a child actor. they expect you to keep doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I feel like the newer batch of child actors are learning how to do that.
They
like,
have more
break out of it.
diversity though, like diverse roles. They're not like typecasted, like you said. Like a lot of kids can play different roles now. Like they'll be in one day, and then the next time they're in they're doing something else.
I think it's also because of subscription services.
Yeah,
like that's your middle ground before you get into like a mainstream Hollywood role. I know I mentioned this before about High School Musical, the musical series, but like someone like Olivia Rodrigo can go from Bizarre Varg on Disney Channel to this on Disney Plus, where they slip a couple like S-bombs and all this other stuff. So like it's easier for you to grow, because then she could probably do something on Netflix, and then she can be like being 26 or whatever on some show. So it's easier for them to graduate out versus like someone like doing something on Nickelodeon one day and then the show gets canceled and then like, oh, whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
They're falling off. They're like, they're over here going off the deep end and all this other stuff. So it's a little bit easier for them to transition. Yeah. Let's get into the new characters. We have Harper and Millicent. So Harper is Carly's roommate. And we didn't go into like the premise of the new show.
No.
Okay, so we'll talk about the premise of the new show. So the new show is basically Carly finally getting her bearings on her own and does her web show by herself. And she lives in the same apartment complex as the OG apartment that Spencer's in, and it's all like decked out, like super sophisticated yet still playful, which I enjoy, because Spencer is a rich artist now. And so he lives in the OG apartment, and then like down the hall or like some other floor is Carly and her college friend Harper. And Freddie just moved back in with his mom because he went through two divorces and a failed startup. So now he is living with his mom, with his stepdaughter.
Yes, that he adopted.
That I never heard of an adopted child being referred to as a step. So that's why that was confusing.
Yeah, that is weird.
So I thought it was just like his stepdaughter from his previous marriage.
Well, maybe but
that's not the case. Like she's adopted.
That would just be his daughter.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess they're just
is
like,
it because it's out of wedlock, like, or not wedlock, but it was because she had the kid before?
I think it's just like a way to like identify it, like
it's not his daughter.
Yeah.
But it is his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not biological. So it's like instead of saying that's my adoptive daughter, like I guess
that
comes
true.
with stigma.
Yeah.
Because like I've known some people that they get adopted by people older, like way older. So instead of calling them mom, they'll call them like grandma. And so like I guess that's that's not their grandchild, that's their adoptive child.
Yeah.
But they play the role of a grandma figure.
Yeah. So
I've known that. So I guess that's why. But I was like, wait, so did he marry a black woman? And now like that's his stepchild? Is there dual parenting? Like it's so many questions revolving that. But yeah, those are the characters now. Going into the new characters, I think circling back to what we talked about with Rugrats and Betty, I think this is what Rugrats should have done. Because Harper is a part of the LGBT community. I think people are saying she's bi, other people are saying she's pan, and it was just seamless the way they talked about it. They were just like, oh, remember that time like you had two non-binary people getting your name tattooed on their thigh? Like that was it. And then,
because she was like some guys, some girls, some non-binary, and I was like, like I didn't catch it until you said it now. Yeah,
and it was like, I think it wasn't until I was doing research online I was like, oh yeah, because it was so natural.
Yeah.
But then there's also another episode. Okay, they talked about furries, and I'm like, come on now. And then like she was in a the costume that they were I forgot what it was, a bit for iCarly.
Uh-huh.
And so Harper had the costume on, and then a girl walked out the room, and then she was like, no, I'm good, I'm leaving. And then so like you saw her with a girl, it was mentioned about girls, gays, and theys. So it's like, okay, like clearly she's a part of the LGBT community, but she didn't identify herself in the show, and it wasn't like this big old coming out thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at her. Yeah. And so like I think it was better, like done that way to make it more natural.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it showed representation, and especially because the I forgot her name. I should have wrote it down. The actress who plays Harper, she is bi in real life, and I'm like, that's even better that you're just like giving queer actors queer roles.
Yeah,
people are praising her for that. Some people don't like Harper, they're saying she's annoying. I personally love the way that Harper is written.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid when I saw, like, I'll admit it, I was afraid when I saw the poster and I saw that Carly was going to have a black best friend. I was like, please don't make her, like, the over obnoxious, loud, like, giving her a whole bunch of stereotypes.
Yeah. Which
Nickelodeon and Disney shows have done in the past. And so I'm like, please don't do this. And then, like, it's normally done like that because there aren't black writers and black producers.
Yeah.
But Francesca Ramsey, she's like a social media I don't want to say influencer, but influencer. And she's a producer on the show. And so she's able to push through and like flush out Harper's story well. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And so yeah, I would say Harper's getting more praise than the next new character, which is Millicent. What are your views on Millicent?
She's a brat, but it's hilarious.
Yes, it's funny.
It's so funny because he said the whole thing about him staying. He was like his whole story that he was divorced and that he had a failed startup and like that whole thing that you said.
Yeah,
and she recorded it to get views.
Yes,
and she was. I think she's funny. I like her.
She's a needed character.
Yeah,
but I'll say what people hate her.
Why?
They don't like her.
She's a good one-liner.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
She's really good. I understand some feedback. They're like, she's randomly placed.
A little bit.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's harder for her to fit in.
But why
with the plot.
Why does somebody have to fit in so perfectly? Like,
yes.
It's just like family. Sometimes people don't fit in correctly either.
Yeah.
So they're trying to just kind of dibble dabble where she's put. But it's like, it's not.
It's just like sometimes she's just there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, did she need to be here for this scene?
Yeah.
And so I think it's just working with.
But that's her dad, so she has to be there.
Yeah, but like the time they have parties, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it was just one day randomly she was watching TV in Carly and Harper's apartment. I was like, why is she there?
Yeah.
And then so she has to explain why she's there because it's like very odd that she's there. And so I think just trying to work her in more seamlessly, I understand that. But mostly people don't like her because it's just like she's the annoying little girl. And then we kind of like
she's doing her job.
Exactly. But she like we got past that as in terms of like content. Well, we as in like younger millennials have moved past that to where they don't like a character like that because that's more Nickelodeon Disney type thing. But my theory is it's like they mixed two shows together. I feel like they gave some of iCarly and gave some of Drake and Josh because she's literally a spitting image of Megan.
She is.
So literally what Megan gave us in Drake and Josh is what she's giving in iCarly the reboot.
That's literally what I was going to say. I was like, if you were to have watched iCarly as an adult, you would have thought that whole show was annoying.
Yeah.
So it's like, kind of think about it that way. But you make a good point with...
She's literally Megan.
She is.
And then, like, they even amplified that because they recreated Megan's meme. So Miranda's meme from Drake and Josh where she's like, interesting. And then so she did it again in iCarly. And it was like, And then after... Millicent did it, and it's like, passing the torch. She is now the new Megan. So it was weird just mixing two shows together, But literally, when you look at it with
makes
that
sense.
perspective, it makes a lot of sense. Like, I understand you don't want to see annoying kids. And it's also a little different because she's like middle school age.
Yeah.
And normally with shows like this, their kids are like toddlers.
Yeah.
Or like
elementary.
4, and then like, you know, the cute little sassy one because like, you know, they're like an elementary school kid.
I get it.
So
I see both
it's
sides.
a little bit weirder because she's like
Older
a teenager.
brat, yeah.
Yeah, calling them boomers and all the other stuff. And I think I don't know if she's Gen Z. She said something about being Gen Z. And then
so that would put her up to like
I thought she was alpha.
14? 13?
Oh wait, no. Gen Z ends in 2012, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so she's Gen Z.
Yeah.
Cuz she's like 12, 13.
Does it end in 2012?
Yeah.
I thought Alex was an alpha. My nephew. He's 12.
Who's
He's
he born?
2012. He was an iPad kid.
Well, it's like, you know, how we're not Gen Z, but we're like 3 years out from the oldest Gen Z. So I think it's that being a cusp. He's a cusper.
Yeah.
He's Z alpha.
Z
alpha.
Z alpha.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I see it though.
But yeah,
I get it. It makes sense.
I like her.
I like her.
Yeah.
I like her. I have no complaints.
Yeah.
I like that kind of comedy, actually.
Yeah.
It's
Literally,
funny.
this is my comedy. Like, I know there's been videos in the past that take Nick shows and delete the laugh track. And it's like, this is so awkward and weird, especially because they hold for it.
Because they hold for the pause.
Yeah.
I mean, they hold for the laughter.
Yeah. Any audience reaction, because these are...
Because you're not going to talk through a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because these aren't recorded in front of a live studio audience, as they normally say. But, yeah, they just put a laugh track or a reaction in post, and they shoot around that because they know they want to control the laughter. And
That's
stuff.
so weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
Because I don't know if any Nickelodeon shows
Not anymore.
did it. Well, yeah, probably just like an All That and Amanda show.
Yeah.
But Disney more so.
Drake and Josh did it? No. Yes?
Drake and Josh's laugh track too.
Yeah.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just weird.
Fun fact, they said that they're from like the laugh tracks are like supposedly from like the 50s. Supposedly.
I don't think so.
I don't think they are anymore.
For them. I know a lot of them are. They're like, if you listen to this laugh track, all the people in there are dead. Or like something like I'm like, yo.
That's dark.
That is dark. But I think that was more so like for like an I Love Lucy and like older sitcoms.
It was like the 80s.
I'm saying that reference.
Oh, yeah.
Was like all the people on this laugh track are dead.
No, but they said that they used the same laugh track for a minute. I don't know if it's still used now, like today, but I'm pretty sure it was like the 90s. They were still using laugh tracks from like before.
I have to pay attention to Nickelodeon's one because I know Disney is updated since they started using a laugh track because they have kids laughing.
Yeah.
You don't really hear a lot of kids laughing in a laugh track.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, it's a kid's show. Kids are watching this.
Kids
Put
are
their
laughing.
laughs in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's interesting. I need to look into it. Going back to the age thing. This was something I wanted to talk about in Rugrats. There was an interview with Raven with E! News, and she the E! News anchor or whatever they're called, reporter, was like posed the question of would Raven want to make like a more PG-13 or like whatever the rating would be of That's So Raven like brand, because Demi Lovato talked about how they wanted to make a whatchamacallit, Camp Rock 3 with the Jonas Brothers back then when they were all good, but the Jonas Brothers make a like R-rated or PG-13 version of R-rated. Camp Rock. I mean, if you have about like, what is it, 20 like curse words, like
I'm sure it's
considered R. Yeah, it'll just be off of like cursing alone.
Cursing, yeah.
And so
I don't know, I feel like it's weird when they do that though.
Yeah.
Like a kid's...
Well, I haven't seen anything really like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's been done because like the whole thing of nostalgia didn't really happen until our generation.
You just live off that stuff.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Like literally that's the reason why we're here, which is sad.
Yeah.
Raven basically said that she doesn't want to do that because she wants to make content for kids because a lot of kid content isn't as strong as it was when we were coming up, which is it's true. Like that's why Raven's Home is Raven's Home and it's not like some thing that would be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Like more edgy.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I understand. I would say it needs to do the iCarly approach. Like I feel like anything, like any source material that you want to use from like 2000s kid shows, take the iCarly approach. I feel like they are the blueprint of
they're doing it right.
Yeah, they're doing it right. Despite what people are saying.
There's always gonna be critics.
Yeah. I'm like, watch Showtime if you want raunchy.
That's what critics are for, though.
Right. And not even like these weren't even acclaimed like articles. What were they?
Just
The Guardian? Okay, The Guardian.
The Guardian, yeah.
And Polygon.com. Don't know what that is.
Don't know what that is. Sorry.
But
Don't know who you are.
I feel like the Polygon one was more unbiased.
Oh,
and
just kidding.
The Guardian was. So
okay.
actually, we love you.
We love you.
Going more into what the viewers thought of it. Like, forget what we thought. What do you guys think of it? Mostly, all I'm seeing is the meme of Freddy. Have you seen it?
No.
I put the picture in the doc just in case you didn't see it.
Mm-mm.
They are comparing Freddy to a dog. And I can't unsee it. I need to show you a picture of Freddy.
Okay.
First, let me get
enlighten me.
Yeah, because after you see this, you will
not unsee
it. There.
That's good.
That's what he looks like.
Okay.
And this is what they're comparing him to.
Oh.
It's some weird dog.
Oh my goodness. Did they Photoshop him too?
They photo, yeah. They're like, that iCarly reboot bussin'.
Oh my god! You know I thought that too.
What?
With the freaking I knew that was gonna happen with the Michael Jackson thing. And, because they always kept saying that.
Yeah, they always say
is that
Miranda
Keanu
Cosgrove
Reeves as well?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh man!
Wow, the internet is
this dog. Like
the internet is not
because,
forgiving.
Like, it's not, and like that's another thing that like I know I'm laughing, but I don't like that a lot of the jokes is just like
on their looks and stuff.
Yeah, well, more so Freddy.
Yeah,
which I'm like. That's weird because usually it would be like the women of the show are like the butt of the jokes. But I feel like in this universe, I feel like the guys can take it, clearly kicking Spencer and demanding Gibby take off his shirt and like comparing Freddy to a dog. But
bruh.
Yeah, I don't know what Nathan Kress thinks of all this. I haven't seen it.
Probably doesn't care.
Oh, a lot of people were asking where did this reboot come from? And I'm like, yeah.
Like what?
I mean, I don't know. No one asked for it.
No.
And it was just like, hey, we're here.
Maybe just...
And I think that's probably because of the how long it's been.
Yeah.
But then again, people are asking for Victorious.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen though.
Victorious? They've been trying. Really? They were trying to do something for 10 years.
I feel like what's it called? Like Nick holds on to a lot of stuff that they don't want to get. Like, I don't know. It's weird because I know Ned's Declassified.
Here we go.
I'm sorry, but
I'm still hurt. And
they did their TikToks are hilarious.
Devin Werkheiser, he is pushing for this,
and
I don't blame him because it needs to be
He's done like what 3 in a row with them.
Well,
he did one with
Mose and
then he did one with Cookie.
Coconut Head's next, I'm pretty sure.
He had a video not with Coconut Head in it, but
with him with the wig. I know, I gotta find it. I think he deleted it.
Did he?
I literally went.
I know he's a roommate with the bully.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny. He's like, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
I didn't recognize him.
He looks so different.
Yeah, I was
like the
who's
same
this
but
guy?
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
anyways,
fell down
I'm
a
asking
rabbit
for
hole.
that one.
Yes.
But not that no one was asking. Maybe someone.
People were asking, especially because a YouTuber, Nathan Zed, he did a I forget. I think he did like a college survival guide in like 2015.
Oh wow.
He did a YouTube. Yeah, he's like a well-known YouTuber, and he sent it to Devin Warkaiser and was like, "Hey, you're like a big inspiration to me," and all this other stuff. He saw it and then went to I think they filmed in USC. He doesn't go. Nathan didn't go to USC.
Yeah.
But I think they filmed some college in LA, and yeah, they did a collab together, and then I think that helped spark the conversation of like, we need this for real. And so yeah, because like you didn't think it, because I wasn't thinking about it. Like, I wonder what Ned Bigby feels about taxes. Like, I didn't really think about that. Because,
He
like,
helped us in middle school, man. And it's like, it was perfect too, because I think didn't it come out around the time we were in middle school too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my show.
Yes,
That was my show.
So hopefully, and I think because a lot of the things that
it might happen.
I mean, I don't know if it'll happen.
I hope
but
it does.
I feel like there's a better chance than not now, because, and I think because a lot of what Devin's doing, because when he does these videos, he's like tagging, like doing the iCarly hashtag.
Is he?
Yeah, because like,
Oh.
hey, y'all see how iCarly's doing?
Yeah.
We can do that too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why they can't just get it from Paramount Plus.
That would be hilarious, dude. Like,
I don't know.
Oh, I need it.
Maybe because I don't think.
Because I don't know what I'm doing either. And I'm going to be a mom.
And I'm not.
Ugh.
Because I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to be a disservice.
Oh my
to
gosh.
society. Let's wrap things up with some fun facts. I know you mentioned one earlier, but I had a couple also. You know Phil Lewis? You probably don't know the name, but you know the character.
Okay.
He was Mr. Mosby in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yes.
Yes. He directed the first episode and the episode that just came out, the 4th episode of this. Yeah, he has the resume. Like,
wow.
He did a lot. I think just our generation knows him from Sweet Life, but
Yeah.
I think he was in Wayne Brothers.
Yeah, he was.
And was he in Cosby Show? I think he was in the Cosby Show or Different World, one of those shows. But yeah, he did a lot. I didn't know he was big into like directing, producing, like behind the scenes stuff. I just knew him as like an actor. So it was cool to know that he helped direct it.
Wow.
And or was the director of it. And also on the production side, I mentioned it a little bit before, that they have millennial writers and producers,
Which makes sense.
yes, because like the references weren't too like
Far off.
Yeah, like they were very natural. They weren't like super cringy. Like, I love cringe humor, but it wasn't like on fleek. Like, you know, something like very dated to where like you think that it's still
so
relevant.
20 early
Like 14
14
13 very Vine.
Ugh.
No Vine should be referenced
Not anymore.
for
Not
modern
on a
day
show, like to
to
like,
make it seem like I'm saying this right now. Now, if you're like being nostalgic and said like, you know, free Shavakadu, like something like that, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Iridociclitis,
yeah.
all that stuff.
I miss Vine.
Okay, yeah, we should wrap up this episode.
Anyways,
I don't know what we're doing next week.
I thought I don't have anything on my calendar.
I know, like I don't know what's coming out next
Oh.
week. I don't even know when this is coming out.
We're kind of out of order a little bit.
Yeah, well, because we have 2 episodes banked. I'm about to go to the Petri dish that is Disneyland.
Good luck.
So
That's all I'm saying.
I want to stay away from Jessica for a while after I come back, just, you know, for safety.
Yeah.
But yeah, Well, you'll see it when you see it.
Yes.
And you'll see the next one when you see that.
Yep.
Hopefully. So.
Yep.
Until next time.
Bye. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Friday Night Lineup. Make sure to comment and rate us 5 stars. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Friday Night Lineup, for the video version of this podcast. Also, make sure to follow our Instagram and Twitter at TFNL_pod for more updates. And while you're there, give us some suggestions on what we should watch next. Talk to you next week. Bye.